From The National, this is Trending Middle East. I'm Yasmin Al-Taji. It's Tuesday, May 20th. Here are today's headlines. Aid is once again entering Gaza, but this time it's at a different and limited capacity. 9 aid trucks entered southern Gaza on Monday for the first time since early March. Israel's decision to end the blockade came amid widespread condemnation and troubling reports that a hunger crisis was unfolding in Gaza. But Israeli limitations remain. On Monday, hundreds of aid lorries remained in a dedicated waiting area 2 minutes from the Rafah border crossing, and hundreds more in the nearby Egyptian city of Al Arish. The World Health Organization chief said 2 million people are starving in Gaza. The National's Kamal Tabikha reports.
Aid has been one of the most contentious parts of the Gaza war since October 7th, with periods where Israel allows the entry of aid inside and then periods where it doesn't. And of course, this has been embroiled in a lot of the politics and what has been happening in the negotiations between the Palestinian resistance and Israel.
Unlike past aid distribution efforts, this one is built on a U.S.-Israeli plan that sidelines the UN. It's overseen by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, a new organization established under U.S.-Israel cooperation. Some humanitarian organizations came out to condemn the plan. In response to early iterations of U.S.-Israeli plans for aid in Gaza, an EU official said last week it's at odds with the neutrality of the European Union, the world's largest humanitarian donor.
Under the proposal, the foundation would handle the delivery of aid into Gaza, and it would deliver it, quote, directly and only to those in need. Now, this has raised concerns from the UN, which rejected the plan and called it weaponizing aid. And it warned that under this mechanism, aid would not be delivered to everyone inside Gaza. It would only be delivered to those chosen by this foundation. There are also other concerns that because the foundation plans to station its so-called aid hubs around the south of the enclave, that would lead to a mass displacement of Palestinians from the north of the enclave as they have to travel south to receive aid.
Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel will control all of Gaza and prevent Hamas from looting aid. In a video statement, Mr. Netanyahu acknowledged that his decision to resume aid to Gaza came from pressure from allies. Netanyahu said the aid that would be let in would be, quote, minimal. Syria is cracking down on ISIS. Syrian security troops have begun operations to, quote, eradicate, unquote, ISIS from urban centers. That's according to an Interior Ministry official speaking to The National on Sunday. That's a day after a counterterrorism raid in Aleppo killed 3 ISIS members.
The announcement about the operation highlights the presence or apparent presence of ISIS in Syria's urban centers.
The National's Khaled Oweis reports.
It was the biggest clash or armed operation against ISIS by the current government, led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, a group itself that has militant roots. It was linked at one point with Al-Qaeda.
Fighting ISIS is a priority for the current leadership, headed by Ahmed al-Shara, in order to attract U.S. and other international support. During his visit to the Middle East last week, U.S. President Donald Trump said the U.S. would lift sanctions on Syria. Still, Ahmed al-Shara's government needs global support as it enters a reconstruction phase.
The announcement comes as the HTS government seeks to capitalize on the latest move by President Donald Trump. So potentially it could be politically beneficial for the new authorities to show anti-ISIS credentials and their ability to mount operations against the group.
A Syrian government official that spoke to The National said the Aleppo operation was part of a wider, undisclosed security effort against ISIS. The group, he said, had infiltrated other cities. A U.S.-led fight that started in 2014 has significantly diminished ISIS in Syria, but the group retains cells, mostly in the eastern Syrian desert. Egypt has repatriated 21 ancient artifacts from Australia in a milestone for its efforts to recover key items of historical heritage that were smuggled out of the country. The returned items include statues, fragments of coffins, and other relics. Egyptian Tourism and Antiquities Minister Sherif Fethi said, quote, "These artifacts represent Egypt's unwavering commitment to protecting our cultural heritage," unquote. The latest repatriations are part of Egypt's broader campaign to recover artifacts that have been taken illegally over the years. They include items smuggled through black markets, sold at international auctions, or acquired during colonial-era expeditions. That's all for this morning's headlines. You can get these stories and follow live updates at our site. Yasmin Al-Taji, The National.